it's Yumi, and today it's going to be kind of a more serious topic. I am going to talk about, first of all, why I left the hotel I was working at and got a new job. And another lighter topic is I actually started school this month. So let's just start off first. I've been working in the hotel business for about 6 years. That was my first grown-up job. I got it right out of high school. I was really excited to get that job. I worked my way up from being a night auditor to afternoon front desk to a manager position. In the last couple of months, if y'all have seen my last couple of months video, you've seen that I've been getting depressed for all the stuff that was going on at work. We got new owners, and with getting new owners, we got new management. So I lost my manager position. And that wasn't the problem of losing my manager position. It was that I had to fire all the housekeeping. And when you work at a hotel where there's only about 8 of you all together, you become more of a family because you see these people every day. And when I had to fire them for no apparent reason, it wasn't that they did something. It was mostly that they wanted their own family to work housekeeping to cut down cost. And I personally knew these housekeepers, and I knew that they had families, they had bills to pay. What are they supposed to do? Especially 2 of them who hasn't been working there long enough to be able to get unemployment. And not only that I had to fire housekeeping, I had to fire one of my front desk clerks because they didn't want to. They were like, you were their manager, so you do it. So I had to fire her, and I was so upset because she had 2 jobs at the time. And she quit one job because she was picking up more hours at the hotel. So when I let her go, I felt bad because I knew she quit her other job for this. So what happened is everything changed. One of my front desk clerks, he quit because he said his job was not guaranteed. He needed a guaranteed job. He has kids and he has bills he has to pay. So he left, he got another job. I was not upset with him for that. So it was what left over out of the original front desk people were 2 of us on front desk, and our maintenance was the same people who's been there. So what happened is I used to work just mornings. Well, my hours were cut completely. So instead of working mornings, I just started working afternoons. And it was hard for me from going to mornings to going to afternoons because by the time I was getting off of work, it was normally the time that I was already asleep in bed. So not only that, I had to get used to, because for the last 2 years I've been getting up in the morning, getting off in the afternoon. The only time I ever worked doubles and stuff like that is when I really had to. So I completely, I had to change my whole sleeping schedule. Not only that, it's because they fired all the housekeeping, I was stuck doing housekeeping when they had their own housekeeping family. But I guess they didn't want to overwork their family or hire any other housekeeping, so I was put over housekeeping, doing laundry. And it was really hard for me to keep up with front desk and then keep up with laundry, and it just got to the point where I was getting really tired. Like really tired. And not only was I getting really tired, I was getting really frustrated for the way they talked to me, the way they treated me. The manager, me and her were friends at first when she first got there because I knew she was going to have my job. It wasn't as important to me, but I wanted to help her out. But when everything happened and the new owners came, she pretty much was like, oh, I'm the new manager now. This is what you got to do. This. Your hours are cut. Da-da-da-da. Well, I'm not going to lie. I'm sorry. I'm not going to lie. I was helping her out with her schoolwork. She would write some of it, like for one of her classes, and I would rewrite a lot of it to help her out. So when I started school, when I was in the process of starting school, before I started this is my first credit bearing class. But before this, I had a workshop. And the workshop went on for 3 weeks. But what happened is for that workshop, I couldn't help her with school. I apologize, I'm sorry, but I can't help you anymore because I have my own work to do. Plus, I'm working afternoons. By the time I'm getting off of work, I'm going home, doing schoolwork or doing tests, and then I have to get to bed because I have other stuff to do. So she got really upset because I was not helping her anymore. Well, then she started becoming bitchy towards me. And I had enough. I had enough. I really had enough. I'm really nice to people. I don't like confrontation. That's just me. I'm really nice. But I just had enough. I couldn't deal with it anymore. I couldn't deal with her. I couldn't deal with the family anymore. I really had to get out of there. So I started applying again to other jobs. I've been applying before all this happened, but this is like the first time that I honestly was like really on top of it. I kept calling places, checking up on applications. Well, one of the jobs called me and said, "Hey, can you come in tomorrow?" Which was, this all happened on everything happened on Thursday. I was called in Friday. "Can you start Friday morning?" I was like, yes. I couldn't pass up this job opportunity because when I went in for the interview for it, I didn't think I was going to get the job. At first, I didn't think I was going to get it. But when I went for the interview of it, this job pays more money. After 6 months, I get health insurance. Not really good health insurance, but it pays good. It pays enough for me by myself. And I get 2 days off. Sometimes I get 2 or 3 days off. But because I'm getting paid so much more for the hours I do work, my check will be kind of the same as what I was getting at the hotel. So I honestly could not pass this job up. So when they said, "Can you come in tomorrow morning?" I said yes. So when I went to work that day, it was on Thursday, to talk to the manager to say, "Hey, this is my last day. I quit." She was not going to let me quit. She said that I had to give her 2 weeks notice, which if I knew that I was going to get this job, I would have given her 2 weeks notice. But I didn't know. And I didn't want to give her 2 weeks notice because the way she's been acting, I would have gave her 2 weeks notice, and if I didn't have the job or not, she would have let me go. Regardless. That's just the way she was acting. Well, I told her I had enough. I've had enough about the way I was treated. And how do you expect to have me respect you if you don't even respect me? You talk to me any other way you want to. And I had enough. And that Thursday was my last day. So when it was time for me to go home, that night, I just got my stuff. I didn't say nothing to them because the way I felt, the way they've treated me, if I would have said something, I don't think I would have shut up about everything I would have said to her. So I left and I started the new job the next day, and I've been there 2 weeks so far. And I've really, really, really liked it. I really like it so far. It is kind of harder than what I'm used to, but I know as I go along I'm going to learn more, and hopefully, it sticks. But I'm happier. I really am happier. You can see that I'm happier. I'm starting becoming myself again because I don't have that stress that I did have with the other job. So, I'll let y'all know a couple of months from now how it's going. But, other than that, I've started school. Like I said, my first credit-bearing class, and it has gone really good so far. It's really good. I have not been back to school in almost I want to say 3 years. 3 or 4 years. But I'm going back to school. I'm getting my degree, and this is my first step. And again, in a couple of months, I'll let y'all know how that works out, since this is my first credit class. After this class is over, I might do just a complete video by itself about my online experience with class. But that's really it, guys. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. The link will be right up here or right down below. And let me know down below if you've ever had a job that's just stressed you out so much, and when you quit that job, you were completely happy. You were so happy you left that job you could not stop smiling. Comment down below, let me know. And I love you guys. Until next time, bye.